Hello, hello, welcome back, friends and old, to the grim darkness of the future. Deis Ferrous here. We are here with Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I've never played this game before, as you can tell by the title of this stream and or video, but I've been a huge Warhammer fan for a while, and I need to turn down this volume a little bit, jeez. And I've heard very good things about this game from various friends. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this one. So, we're really just gonna jump right into it. We are a rogue trader in the grim darkness of 40k's future. I do have the first two DLCs. I got a great deal on the season pass. So I'm like, all right. Take up the mantle of a rogue trader, the scion of an ancient dynasty of daring privateers that reign over their private protectorate and explore the fringes of the known galaxy. Darkness looms over the bloodline of von Valentius as it faces multiple threats, from within its own ranks and without, as countless enemies seek to destroy the most daring and brave agents of humanity. It is up to you to hold the reins of the shattered protectorate and forge a new path for the von Valentius dynasty, currently finding itself in a vortex of wars, intrigues, calamities, and heresy. The stakes are high and rise even higher as you cross paths with terrifyingly powerful and ambitious adversaries in the darkness of the Coronis expanse. Look at that, I'm pretty sure those are a whole bunch of the companions we get. So that's gonna be cool. We have Void Shadows on, and we have Lex Imperialis. I'm not gonna read all that, we get the idea. But we're gonna just hop into the main story. Difficulty. So, normal, daring, hard, unfair. We're just gonna go with normal, keep it nice and simple. I am generally familiar with these types of games, but I always find there's always a moment where the game just sort of jumps in difficulty. I'm just sitting there on one mission, just please, please, please. I could alternately just go story and just get through everything, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go normal, nice, simple, standard game mode. Grim Darkness. This mode is the ultimate challenge for the boldest of Lord Captains who want to truly immerse themselves in the world of 40k with the highest stakes possible. I'm not. Stakes possible. Wait. All decisions, victories, and losses in the Grim Darkness mode are final and irreversible. You only have a single save, which is updated automatically every time you exit the game. No loading from an earlier point, no second chances, and no changing previous decisions. If you manage to successfully overcome all obstacles and make it all the way to the epilogue, bring glory to the von Valentius dynasty, you will receive the There Is Only War achievement. And a special item for all your future playthroughs as a testament to your skill and bravery. If your party or your void ship is defeated in battle, your grim darkness journey ends there. You will be offered to either honorably accept your fate and delete the save, or continue the game in custom mode. However, completing this story will not grant you the There's Only War achievement and the special reward, the Emperor Protects. It is possible to turn off Grim Darkness mode at any time, converting it to custom mode. Once this is done, it cannot be reversed. As soon as you change the mode, you will no longer qualify for the challenge or the reward. Grim Darkness mode is currently only available in single player mode. Ooh. There's multiplayer in this game? Interesting. But I'm just gonna do standard normal. I'm not gonna try Grim Darkness mode. That is definitely tempting, but I just know it is going to break my heart. Oh. Ooh. Okay. There's a lot more character customization than I thought. Soldier. The soldier is master of all ranged weapons, quickly able to assume an advantageous position from where they stand ready to rain fire on the enemy. While well trained in a particularly diverse range of arms, A soldier is particularly proficient at blasting their targets with earth. Oh, monitor. Thank you. Monitor. Monitor. Thank you. I don't know if you guys saw that, but buddy. PC, you good, bud? Usually, like, flicker once, not 3 times. Sometimes, very rarely, my primary monitor will just go black for like a second, and for some reason it just happened 3 times. So I'm starting to think maybe that loose wire might be getting a little too loose. I'll probably deal with that later, or not. Probably not, knowing me. While well trained in highly diverse range of arms, a soldier is particularly proficient in blasting their targets with burst fire and area weapons. Core focus, movement and range attacks, cover and dodge, burst fire and area attacks. Not bad. Operative. An operative uses intelligence and perception to find and exploit weaknesses in an enemy's defenses. None can withstand an attack from an operative. Core focus, precise single attacks. Defense penetration, area debuffs, consistent firing position. Okay. And the warrior. Warriors are combatants boasting exceptional melee prowess, capable of dealing high damage in close quarters combat and withstanding heavy amounts of damage. They also excel at drawing enemies' attention from less defended allies. Core focus, melee, movement and dodge, armor and parry, taunts and soaking damage. And then I can make a custom character, so let's see how that goes. Then character modifier, regimental tactics, character modifier, modifier. Huh, interesting. We're gonna make a custom character though. Let's see. I'm not gonna import a custom portrait. I do fuck with this dude. I do have a pretty decent idea of what I have. Chunky. Of what I have in mind. It just changes the gender. Let's see. Yeah, that works. I don't like how yellow the top of his head looks with that one, honestly. We're gonna go with... yeah, that face. I was not expecting that hairstyle, honestly. Gonna get the messy blonde, I think. Yeah, there we go. Get some messy hair. Because this man's gonna have been through the war. Well, everyone is, but you know. It's good. Can you not get facial hair? Oh, there it is. I just had to scroll down a little bit more. No, not that beard. Maybe that beard. Nope, there it is. Yep, that's the one we're looking for. There we go. Any tattoos? Get. But you only get like one tattoo. That's kind of weird. Oh, I see. No, that's what the slots are. I see. So definitely getting the Imperial Eagle on the back, that's for sure. I like that. Like you can get a chaos symbol. Subtle. That. And yeah, I think that's pretty good. Nah. Augment. I don't think I'm gonna have like any augments. Actually, I might go with that. Nice simple stud.
Macro cannons, volley!
Stay faithful, and your success is the old blood and make.
Applaud.
Didn't see that one coming, did you?
I'll bring glory to my bloodline.
There we go. That's a good voice. From a death world. On death worlds, the plants, beasts, and sometimes even the environment itself takes aggressive and destructive forms, inimical to human life. While exceptionally difficult to colonize, many death worlds possess valuable resources that require an outpost or other human presence upon the planet's surface to harvest. These harsh environments result in some of the hardiest and most resilient populations in the galaxy. Those tested and found wanting die young. Survival instincts. Ooh, that's not bad. Strength, toughness, and agility, but minus intelligence and fellowship. I think I want fellowship for what I have in mind. Fortune. Any fail attack, parried, characteristic, or skill check. Skill test. With 20% chance of success. This chance cannot be greater than the base success chance of the roll. Huh. Damn, that's actually really good. Voidborn are humans birthed in the belly of a void vessel or aboard an ancient orbital satellite. Those who have lived their lives on void ships become inured to some extent due to the reality-altering process of warp travel into living in low or zero gravity environments. In many cases, their features are drawn in their skin pallid. They may even have minor deformities or a strangeness to their speech, gaits, or general appearance that sets them apart from others. Willpower and intelligence but minus strength. A hive world's population is so dense that great swaths of the surface of the world are frequently covered in gargantuan cities, bejeweled with towering spires that pierce the atmosphere. Hive worlds are vital to the welfare of the Imperium and are the beating heart of its economy and war machine. They produce munitions for the Emperor's armies and vast manufactories, mine valuable minerals, and refine fuel for the Imperial Navy. Innumerable regiments of the Astra Militarum are raised from their massive populations as well. Ooh, divided by 2 resolve, but there's 3 more characters, allies or enemies in a 3-cell radius. 1 plus fellowship. Resolve. Divided by 2. That base. Huh. Trinity resolves no creatures around. Huh. Interesting. Forge worlds are the domain of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Entire planets ceded to the demands of vast macro industries. Each is a manufacturing super complex of unimaginable capacity and power. Over the millennia, different Forge worlds have become especially renowned for their philosophies or ways of war. These are often colored by the technologies they specialize in manufacturing. The bulk of a Forge world's population is utilized as a labor force, whilst the fortunate few may be inducted into the ranks of the Adeptus Mechanicus itself. I will not be doing that. We are not Adeptus Mechanicus. Imperial World. An Imperial World is one of a million planets united by the belief in the immortal God Emperor. Hailing from hyper-technological societies to grimy, feudal populations, the inhabitants of countless worlds offer fealty and devotion to the master of humanity, and the imperial creed espoused by his servants. The designation Imperial World encompasses a vast array of wholly dissimilar worlds that are, nevertheless, parts of the Imperium. Imperial World characters can list any characteristic except for weapon skill or ballistic skill and add a plus 10 bonus. Oh, if you just really want to be good at one thing, basically. Fortress worlds are planets where the entire populace is immersed in warfare. They constantly train for the days that they may be called upon to defend the Imperium, a charge they solemnly uphold. Fortress worlds are established as bulwarks against the enemy. Every citizen is a soldier, trained to fight from the moment they can handle a weapon. Perception, willpower, minus fellowship. Each time a Fortress World character kills an enemy, they gain plus 10 stacks of Never Stop Shooting. At the start of their turn, there is a stack of Never Stop Shooting % chance that the first attack this round will cost 0 AP and will not count towards the attack limit per turn. If this attack effect triggers, all the stacks are lost. Oh. Because I'm thinking I'm probably gonna go. Let's go Fortress World, because Hive World, I don't like that penalty. So we're going Fortress World. Next, Origin. Astra Militarum Commander. The Astra Militarum, commonly known as the Imperial Guard, is the primary fighting force of the Imperium and the first line of defense from the myriad threats that endanger the existence of humanity in the 41st millennium. You've served as one of the commanders of the Astra Militarum Regiment, commanding thousands and winning battles in the name of the God Emperor. You get Ballistic Skill, Fellowship Skill. Well, that offsets the Fellowship. Athletics and Coercion. Regimental Tactics. When used, for 1 round, the Astra Militarum Commander and their allies do not suffer damage from allied attacks and deal plus 20 plus deal plus, parentheses, 20 plus 2 times Fellowship bonus % more damage to enemies that were attacked by them since ability activation. If multiple Astra Militarum Commanders are in combat, the effect does not stack. It can only be used once per combat. Not bad. Commissars are the Officio Prefectus. Of the Officio Prefectus are ruthless officers charged with maintaining the morale, discipline, and fighting spirit of their Astra Militarum regiments. You used to be one of these faithful servants of the God Emperor, a living symbol of the Imperium authority, regarded with a mix of fear and awe by their subordinates. At all costs. That would be the first ability the Commissar has. The Commissar shoots an allied character with the pistol equipped in their primary hand, dealing 100 plus Commissar's coercion % of weapon damage. This shot ignores armor and deflection and always hits. If that ally is a Xenos, this always scores a critical hit. Okay, so what's the good part now? If the ally remains in combat, they gain the at all costs effect for 1 round. If that ally falls unconscious, this effect is instead applied to the Commissar's other allies, except the Commissar themselves, and the cooldown of this ability is reset at the start of the Commissar's next turn. What is the at all cost ability? Okay, this character deals character's ballistic skill bonus times Commissar's fellowship bonus, % more damage, gains that much dodge and parry, and okay. So either a huge buff to one ally, or you sacrifice one ally and give a huge buff to your team. Shots with a pistol in their primary hand deal more damage, more crit chance, event, dodge reduction. That's not bad, but I'm probably not going to do that. The Imperium survives and prospers in no small part due to the narrowness of its vision, but a rebellious mind and will such as yours could not be so easily constrained. The dark paths of smugglers and renegades that wind behind the facade of the Imperium society offer a dangerous refuge for those unwilling to bow to the law. You used to be one of these dangerous yet resourceful individuals. No. Minister and Priest, no. I already just know that one immediately. The Imperial Navy is responsible for the fleets of void ships that assert the dominance of the Imperium amid the stars and fulfill other duties connected to the void and warp travel. You used to be a Navy officer and the commander of a void ship, hardened in numerous battles and famous for resounding victories. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Honestly, looking at all these, I'm probably gonna go with the Astra Militarum Commander. Because it's the closest to what I have in mind. Though, oh my god, the noble drip, though. The high nobility of the Imperium are an enormously privileged and powerful elite, a breed apart from the common masses they rule. You grew into adulthood upon a pedestal of affluence and grandeur that towered high above the common masses. You expected their obedience and lived upon the fruits of their toil, surrendered to your family in solemn fealty. The noble assigns one ally who will become their servant to the end of combat. Affect the servant, they gain +5 to all characteristics until the start of the noble's next turn. Anytime the servant attacks a target that the noble dealt damage to last turn, the servant gains a big chance to critical hit against a target. Can only be used once per combat. Well, yeah, because you mark a unit and then they get all the buffs. You do something. You protect me. You go. You are next. Hold on, I want to real quickly regimental tactics. I want to see the names of the other ones. Okay, that all makes sense. Commissar, at all costs. 1 for the enemies, 2 for the traitors. Let them know fair, motivation, summary, execution. For the Emperor, crime lord, surefire plan. Killing plan, escape plan, disorienting plan, contingency plan, the last plan. Minister and Priest, Warhammer, Unshakable Faith. I like how Unshakable Faith doesn't even have like a thing to it, it's just UF. Litany of Purification, Litany of Hatred, Tenets of Retribution, the Emperor Protects, Cleansing Faith. Navy Opposite, Brace for Impact, Centaurian Voice, Evasive Maneuvers, Fleet Combat Training, Get Off Me, and Get Into Cover, Noble the whole U thing. Psykers are feared and distrusted, but are nonetheless valuable assets to the Imperium. The role of the Adeptus Astra Telepathica is to recruit, identify, and classify those who possess psionic abilities. The most powerful who somehow survive the rigorous sanctioning rituals are selected to serve on the battlefield. The mind of a sanctioned Psyker is steeled against the manifold dangers risked by wielders of warp powers. You are one of those found worthy to serve humanity and have miraculously survived the perils of the warp. So I had to drink a little bit. Note, damaging Psyker powers count as weapon attacks, counting towards a normal attack limit per turn, and gaining all the benefits of abilities and talents increasing the damage of attacks. For example, a soldier using the run and gun ability will be able to use damaging Psyker powers twice per turn, and an operative's analyze enemy's ability affects the damage of damaging Psyker powers. Noted. Sanctioned Psykers. Psyker. This character is a Psyker, albeit quite a weak one. Damn, alright. Divination, Biomancy, Telepathy, Pyromancy, Sanctic Powers. Oh my god, Psykers get so much. Psyker Minoris, Psyker Majoris, Psyker Terminus, Psyker Extremis, Still Mind, Inscribed Soul, Sacred Ritual, Blade of Light, Enforced Reality, Psychic Barrage, Second Sight, Stabilizing Factor, Subtle Manipulation, and Obscured Threat. I'm not going to Psyker. I feel like this is not a first run kind of character. The Adeptus Arbites are the implacable and unbridled keepers of the Lex Imperialis, the soul and sacred law of the Imperium. They exact a merciless and terrifying punishment upon any who dare violate the sacred ties, the tribute every Imperium world must pay in the name of its continued existence. Oh my goodness. They just get tons of talents. Shotgun Mastery, Lawful Intervention, Armor Piercing, Law and Order, Arbites Physical Training, Purification Procedures, Public Sentencing, Mob Justice, Prepared Prosecution, Binding Purpose, Pillars of the Law, The Steady Hand of Justice. I think I'm gonna go very simple with the Astra Militarum Commander, because I'm thinking of pretty much exactly this. you know, firearm specialist. I gave a little bit of boost to my allies around me. So I'm thinking probably this. So next, I know I could read all of these abilities also, but I'll just read them when we unlock them. That's just gonna be easier. Triumph. Apex of Brilliance. Through reforms in leadership, you restored a broken Imperial Guard regiment to its former and martial glory, lore, the Imperium. Illustrious Glory. You and your guardsmen defended a shrine world and received a high commendation for your feat, +5 athletics. Feats of Greatness. You utilize your talents as a commander to achieve a great victory over the ruinous powers, +5 persuasion. Ooh. I like Feat of Greatness. Just that straightforward, yeah, we are that badass that people respect me. Darkest Hour. You lost an entire regiment. Grim Portents. You lost an entire regiment to the Immaterium during a Geller field failure, yet you yourself emerged unscathed. You get minus awareness. Oh my god, that's kind of funny. Brand of Shame. As the commander-in-chief of a disastrous military campaign, you were buried in shame. Shadow of Torment. Captured by heretics, you suffered unbearable torture at the hands of humanity's enemies. Medicaid -5. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I got captured by enemies, but they were just not able to break me. I don't know shit about medicine, though. That's fine. Oh, okay. And then there's also Blade Dancer and Soldier, which are two classes that weren't in the pre-made characters. You can only choose one of the first tier archetypes at this moment. Archetypes are development paths that your characters follow. Each archetype encapsulates a unique set of skills and expertise and represents a specific combat specialization, from the frontline warrior to the indispensable leader preferring to command from the rear. Choose who you want to be in the grim dark future of Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Well, I don't want to be a warrior. Officer, maybe. Officer, use their willpower and fellowship to improve the combat capabilities of their allies, turning them into even greater threats on the battlefield. Core focus, extra turns, single target buffs, rescuing allies, momentum. Bring it down. Grants an ally an extra turn with 2 AP and no NP. If this ally is under the effects of Voice of Command and kills an enemy before the end of the officer's turn, the ally grants a one-time additional momentum. Cannot be used on the same ally more than once per round. Wow, okay. That's tempting. Voice of Command. Increasing the characteristics by 1 round. Finest hour. You want Fellowship and Willpower. Because the thing is, my Fellowship is more of a secondary thing. Because of my home world, I'm pretty sure. It gave me -5 Fellowship. My Fellowship is currently neutral, so Officer's not great for me. Operative is Stealth, which, no. Blade Dancers. I'm just gonna read this because I'm probably gonna go Soldier. Blade Dancers are swift and deadly masters of the sword, specializing in delivering flurries of rapid strikes, able to sacrifice a part of their health to enhance their close combat capabilities. Blade Dancers prefer to avoid enemy attacks either by parrying, dodging, or quickly repositioning before enemy counterattacks. They even have the ability to parry ranged attacks. Oh my god, they're just fucking monks. D&D monks. Melee, swords, movement, dodge, parry. Honestly, that sounds so much fun. Weapon skill and agility, athletics, demolition, medicae. Intelligence and perception, yeah, no. Yeah, I didn't read warriors, I'm not gonna worry about it. Soldier. A soldier is a master of all ranged weapons, quickly able to assume an advantageous position from where they stand ready to rain fire on the enemy. While well trained and in a highly diverse range of firearms, a soldier is particularly proficient in blasting their targets with burst fire and area weapons. Core focus, movement and range attacks, cover and dodge, burst fire, area attack, run and gun. Gains 2 plus agility bonus divided by 2 MP. The next attack costs minus 1 AP, costs 1 AP less, and does not count towards the attack limit per turn. Ooh. Until the end of next turn, the soldier becomes winded. While winded, the soldier suffers minus 10 penalty to ballistic skill and cannot use running gun. Revel in Slaughter. Soldier immediately removes the winded effect. Winded effect. Until the end of combat, the soldier gains the following bonuses. So basically, you use running gun, and then you immediately next turn use Revel in Slaughter. Plus 10 ballistics. 5 plus 2 times agility bonus, percent critical damage, agility bonus, critical hit chance. This ability becomes available after the soldier kills 3 enemies. The kill counter is not reset between rounds. Neat. Firearm Mastery. Hey, they're both just called Firearm Mastery. The soldier gains the ability to make a number of extra attacks equal to their weapon's rate of fire, minimum 2, using the weapon attack that normally costs the least AP. These attacks do not spend AP. Until the end of the soldier's turn, their first attack against each new enemy automatically scores a critical hit. Oh. The soldier immediately reloads their current weapon. Okay, so making attacks, he's wave of fire, attacks spend AP. Starting from the next round and until the end of combat, the soldier's AP are reduced by 1. Oh? So that's the only difference. This one is a weaker version. Once per combat. Once per combat. Oh, okay, so I guess like this is the base one. Then if you need to use another, you have a second one that just has a penalty now. Ballistics, agility, awareness, demolition. I'm kind of torn between officer and soldier, honestly. Back to homeworld. I guess minus fellowship. I think I might actually... Well, out of combat. Ooh. I'm actually gonna swap to Hive. Cause I don't like the penalty that Hive Worlders get. Yeah, as long as I have one person within. There's no creatures around. As long as there's one creature within a 3-cell radius of me, it's not bad. Imperial World, humanity's finest. Except weapons of ballistic scale. I might go with Imperial World, then. It is affected by an ally's non-damaging ability affecting the opponent. There's often increased by... Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay, so plus influence all characters and plus 2 resolve. That's not bad. No other character in the current party has the same archetype as this character. The first archetype ability used in each campaign costs -1. Oh, honestly, I might go with Imperial World. Because that's really good. Especially if I'm going like Commander. Like, this is a really strong first strike. Hit chance, and against Xenos and demonic creatures. Their allies gain half the bonuses of No Heresy. That's pretty nice. That's fine. All allies with Doom Xenos in the current party gain +5 to the same characteristics as was chosen for humanity's finest. Yeah, you know what, let's go with the Imperial World. Toughness, agility, intelligence, perception, willpower, fellowship. I'm just gonna really lean into just being a commander for my team. Persuasion +5. Yeah, I'm just gonna really lean into just being a commander. Being a commander, being an officer. Because I'm gonna be honest. Just looking at the board, I'm already like, I want the Space Wolf as my tank, and I want the Adeptus Sororitas on my team, because, yes. I'm not sure who else I'm gonna round out, because I don't know many other characters. Okay, skills. So how many points do I have to spend? Oh, I have 30 points there. Okay, weapon skill, close combat, ballistic skill, 35. Let's get. Oh, I see. Oh, okay, I see. Get that up to 40. They give me 15 points left. We have some survivability, toughness. Caesar surrounding case of everything can pick out in a straight bolted shell casing in between the day-to-day morass, the under high, or even tell when it being deceitful. Also, that's actually pretty good. You know what? 35 will be fine here, actually. Because I'm ideally mostly going to be instructing my allies to take more of their turns. So, toughness, okay, check of pain. Intelligence, damage with non-burst weapon, range area attack. Affects the lore imperium, not gonna worry about the lore stuff. Perception. Affects the awareness skill and reduces enemy dodge chance against a character's attack. Willpower. I have another 5 points. Let's. Survivability isn't a bad idea. Dodge chance reaction. Oh, you know what? Agility. It ups my initiative. That means I can. The sooner I go, the sooner I can buff my allies. Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Cause that's nice. Toughness is a little bit of survivability, 2 points in agility, so I can go sooner and give my buffs out. Perception for more so for social encounters. Excuse me. Yeah, social encounters and overworld stuff. And then fellowship for the main build. Ability to interact with other creatures, deceive, charm, and befriend them. High fellowship will help a character find a way to approach a gathering with unsociable servants or effortlessly make deals with treacherous merchants. Yeah. Gonna go high fellowship. Think that is gonna be my build. Wow, I only have one option of void ship. Why even give me the option? I guess for the name. Sword class frigate. The sword class frigate is a classic void ship design proven in thousands of battles, combining decent firepower, high speed, and respectable survivability. Estimated dimensions: 1.6 kilometers in length, 0.03 kilometers at beam at the fins approximately. Estimated tonnage: 6 megatons approximately. Estimated number of souls: 26,000 approximately. The Von Valentius flagship is the mightiest void ship belonging to the Von Valentius dynasty. Every system aboard this frigate has been tried and tested in innumerable engagements. Its weapons and turrets deliver hard-hitting volleys with pinpoint accuracy. Its plasma drives are rugged yet reliable in extreme conditions. The flagship's size and maneuverability are perfect for pursuing smaller, faster raiders and for hunting the countless pirates, Xenos, and heretics in the Coronas expanse. Numerous Von Valentius rogue traders have acknowledged the exceptional performance of this vessel, and, with a few minor updates, the flagship has continued to faithfully serve the Von Valentius dynasty. Void Treader. Atonement of the Abyss. Oculus Ignis. Unforgiven. Patient Fortune. Ooh, I do like Patient Fortune. Arcanum Lucidus. Mercy of the Stars. Destiny Hunter. Apex Predator. Guardian of the Brink. First Forged. Unbound Avarice. Unforgiven. Glorium Libertatum. I'm actually gonna go with Patient Fortune, because I actually really like that. Yeah, I ball with that. Results. I am a smooth talker. I cannot do medicine. Imperial world, humanity's finest, ready to serve, fellowship, Master Militarum Commander, Shadow of Torment, great feat of greatness. Barnabas, Percival, Borin, Zachary, Hiram, Aubrey, Finian, Hiram. Yeah, maybe Solar. I had a name in mind, I just cannot remember it off the top of my head, and I'm not gonna go try to find it. So, let's go... Actually, wait, no, what am I doing? I'll name it after myself. I know how to spell, I swear. Deis. Commissar, Imperial... wait. Imperial Commandant Deis. Man, I don't know why that was so hard. Upper decks. Man, that just took 40 minutes to get just to make a character. Hello. Servo skulls. Hey guys. Are those servo skulls or are those like cherubs? Oh, hello. Valencius. It was right over on the window. Hello.
An excellent place for contemplation.
Choices in dialogue. You're in dialogue.
Best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Conrad Voigtver. I don't trust him. You in dialogue, or you can advance, influence the character you're speaking to, or even alter the course of the game's narrative. Your character's personal story depends on the dialogue choices you make. Available dialogue options are displayed on the right. Select to respond or reply by clicking the left mouse button or by pressing. Okay. Traditional stuff for dialogue. Right, just to reread what he was doing, because it just gave me a lot of stuff suddenly. An excellent place for contemplation. The man who approached you is gazing down into the depths of the vast temple on one of the lower decks. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity. All this ostentatious luxury, this laughable pretense, it is enough to make one think that the architects meant to compensate rather than glorify.
An interesting perspective. However, allow me to offer you a bit of advice. In the interests of your own well-being, you should frame your thoughts with greater piety. Demonstrating such a lack of care when choosing your words might be viewed by certain people as evidence of insufficient trepidation before the God Emperor, the master of humanity.
Ba -ba -ba. I prefer to serve by acting. Actually, I'm about to say I prefer to serve by acting, not speaking. And I realized I made it literally a conversationalist. I thank you for your advice. I shall strive to follow it in the future.
I am glad to have pleased you, for that is my duty to the dynasty of his chosen.
Continue.
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtver, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship rogue trader Theodora von Valencius. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Vorgstifir bows his head and focuses his attention on you. You can hover your cursor over highlighted words to learn more about them. The tooltips that appear can help you better understand the world of the game or its mechanics. And attack sculpture, you can apply to these highlighted terms again. Oh, neat. That's good to know. And Rogue Trader. Lieutenant General Deis Scipio Grimald, commander of the 8th Army of the Scanthian Janissaries.
My regards, Lieutenant General. The Astra Militarum is the hammer of the God Emperor, isn't that what they say? Well, it is likely that fate will give you ample opportunity to demonstrate your talents as a commander.
Vorgtifir smiles faintly, but you are not sure if it is directed at you.
I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with her ladyship. Bear it with honor.
Did he introduce himself as Master of Whispers? I missed that. Oh yeah, it does say that. So about who should I find myself? You say I'm one of the rogue trader's heirs. So there is another candidate.
There is. And you will meet him soon enough.
You have a curious title, Master of Whispers. What are your
To
responsibilities?
put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
Tell me about the one on whose ship I have found myself.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back. Especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that her ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor. I see that you are shocked. Yes, you understood correctly. Lady Theodora's authority indeed supersedes that of those whom you obeyed before. The Lord Captain's power is so great that she is capable of performing unthinkable feats, such as changing the fate of a servant of the Imperium. Your fate.
I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora.
Why would you wait so long?
I
Say
imagine
that,
you have
then.
many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencias are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
End dialogue. Move character by clicking left mouse button on spell. Yeah, okay.
Follow my lead.
Okay, you can't click and hold. Rogue Trader by the rights of blood, Rogue Trader Theodora von Valentius desires to personally meet with the person recently brought aboard her flagship. A storm is brewing over the dynasty, so the Lord Captain has something important to share with her heir, if she ever gets the chance. Oh, well, okay, she's going to die before we talk to her. Got it. Follow Conrad. Conrad Vogtier, the Master of Whispers serving the von Valentius dynasty, has graciously offered to escort the dynasty heir to Lord Captain Theodora. No rumors, no contracts.
A new challenge for me.
There we go. Oh, hello. Some objects in the game can be interacted with in a special way. They are marked with specific icons. Some icons allow you to study objects, while others will transfer the character to neighboring locations or launch a small event. These icons become visible when your character is standing close enough to the interactive object. Left mouse button on the icon to perform the associated action. Some interactive objects, such as doors or chests, are not always marked with icons, but the cursor changes when you hover over them. Hover your cursor over the object. If the cursor changes, the object is interactable. Hold tab to highlight objects your characters can interact with. A massive conference table, obviously crafted from real wood, a resource of incredible value aboard a void ship.
None shall stand in my way.
Let's see. Show the data on the vid screen. Oh, that's him talking. Incomprehensible information is displayed on a large screen above the cogitators. You can make out references to unfamiliar systems and worlds among the number of logistical symbols. It's gonna lay people interfering in the operation of the sacred mechanisms. Mechanisms to serve as a machine spirit. In the name of the Omnissiah, refrain from any further profane acts. A lot of people. A lot of nobles up here, apparently. A candlelit altar with a copy of the 2348th volume of the Lex Imperialis, the Codex of the Sacred Laws of the Imperium. Oh, we are saving. Hello.
One of the Von Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
Man, there's some cool tech here.
What's happening?
Oh! The servitors are glitching.
Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
Maybe shoot it more than twice and don't just stand in it, guys. Oh, thank you. Y'all are learning a little bit.
Annihilate them!
You have been ambushed. The battle begins. To survive in the grim darkness of the far future, you will have to face enemies of all kinds and fight for your life. These hints and tutorials will familiarize you with the combat system of Warhammer 40k, Rogue Trader. Click the button at the top of the screen to start the battle. Start battle. Pistol shot. Malfunctioning servitor. Bonk. Bonk. Not a big fan of this. Analyze enemy. All battles in the game are turn-based and take place on a grid. On their turn, a character can move, attack, and use their abilities. Select a cell within the highlighted area and double-click left mouse button to move the character there. Movement points determine how far a character can move on their turn. 1 MP corresponds to 1 cell on the battlefield. Moving diagonally is more costly. Every second diagonal cell uses 2 MP. At the beginning of each turn, movement points are restored to their maximum value. Note that once a character starts moving, this action can no longer be cancelled. Interesting. Okay, so I got gun with 6 shots. So damage from allied attacks and deal 30% more damage to enemies that were attacked by them since the ability activation. So we won't worry about that. Voice of command. We're gonna use that on you.
Too easy.
Get buffed. Yeah, we're gonna give you a buff. Attacks. I don't need to worry about that because I don't have any attacks. I'm just gonna shoot you. I'm just gonna hang back. Yeah, I'm just gonna hang back. I'm not going in there. I am not a tank. Oh, okay, thank goodness I didn't move there. End turn. I should have buffed that one. Guys. Oh my goodness. Okay. So just refresh me. Increasing the characters by 50% for 1 round. All the officers' abilities can be applied to the target of voice command from any distance. The target of voice command cannot be targeted by this ability again for the next 2 rounds, so I can't buff him.
I don't have time for this.
Has to be under the overexerted. Okay, so I can't buff you right now, which is really unfortunate. Oh my goodness. Your character just missed. To increase hit chance, equip your character with decent weapons and place them on an advantage point. Building chance of yeah, all that basic stuff. There may not enough movement points. Okay, I guess I don't have a turn. This servitor is about to kick our ass, isn't he? I don't like this. So can I prime target? I don't know how I'm doing that. So every turn, the upper even fixed +1 standing points. Yeah, this is really inconvenient because we're both debuffers.
Not my specialty.
So I can't do that.
Suits my purposes.
Guess I'll do that. Is this my movement points? Where are my actual movement points? I'm a little confused on that one.
Nothing I can't do.
Okay. Dome him. And I guess I'm out of movement. Which I am a little confused about. Cool. Cool. How many attacks does this thing get? Characters with melee weapons. Oh, thank goodness.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Just goodness gracious. That was like the triple misses in a row. It was like, okay, I gave a guy a buff, his buddy missed, he missed, I missed. Like, this is just not going good.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
I'm sure I can make it. Famous last words at this point. You can open the map by using M to orient yourself. Noted. The wires in the servitors' heads are still smoldering. It would seem the cause of this malfunction was the short-circuiting of the motive force. Sentry gun. I'm not going to read all the items in here because that's just too many items to read.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Dark and Deck Enforcer, not Dark Enforcer. Okay, that makes a lot more sense actually. Yeah, cause I'm just going that way. So really, I'm moving like this right now. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Victory awaits.
Oh, there we go.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
The man dressed in peculiar garb, his voice tight with tension, his face, half of which is covered by thin skin, is twisted in a grimace of displeasure and disbelief.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Survey the room. Your first impression of Edelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, as if parchment-like skin stretched 30 years old, is of parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew. Implants and bone, the nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tic, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. In stark contrast to Edelthrad, Theodora von Valentius' features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Edelthrad. Excuse me. Next to the two of them, you see two more men. One is a gray-haired officer of impeccable bearing, who is studying the contents of his data slate. The other is a behemoth bristling with holsters and baldrics containing all manner of weapons.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer.
The dry female voice and the powerful feeling of being watched force you to look at Theodora, the rogue traitor, is looking straight at you, and her gaze, like herself, is predatory and oppressive.
Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
Passive skill tests. Your character's skills reflect their knowledge and capabilities. Some dialogues automatically initiate passive skill tests. If such a test succeeds, new information will be revealed or a hidden dialogue option will unlock. If your character is traveling with allies, the party member with the highest score in the applicable skill is selected for each given passive skill test. Cool, cool. Does that mean I've already succeeded these? Okay, yeah, I just have 100% chance to pass. Those spirits could bring me in for dangerous aliens. First verify if that is indeed the case of the population of Iron engaged in xeno ownership. There are ways of There are ways to confirm whether what is happening is witchcraft or not. It might cost several cycles to do so, but it will give us the answer. For connection to the Astral time, a few Imperial Guard regiments would take care of the natives, their spirits, and the magma. Solid fortifications have never let me down. These reports of spirits certainly sound like evidence of heresy. However, I would put my interest first, no matter what means I would have to use. It would be mine. For the good of the Imperium, I shall exterminate the heretical beliefs in another. Priests that rule the native apostates. I retain some connection with the Astra Militarum. A few Imperial Guard regiments would take care of the natives, their spirits, and the magma. Solid fortifications have never let me down.
Transportation, deployment, the unending bureaucracy of the Adeptus Administratum. All to achieve an unpredictable result. People are frail, especially when poorly equipped and trained, and facing an unfamiliar opponent.
The wait alone might take an eternity. Not to mention that such a planet might present an opposing force that is not material in nature. Regiments and armies are not always a solution to predicaments, such as the one described. It would appear you do not know that.
I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand, was more than you could do, Edelflad.
Insolent, ignorant upstart. How dare you?
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officers' deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your
I'll piss this
presence
guy
has
off.
such
I
a
don't like
profound
him.
effect on me that I well forgot the time.
Yeah, that's right, skedaddle, fuckboy.
So, why are you here?
I do not know just yet. I hope you will clarify that.
Clarity. A luxury that few of us can afford. There is a reason why I did not explain all the details of the question I posed to you earlier. Beyond the borders of the Imperium, seldom is one granted an opportunity to enjoy information in abundance. This, however, is one such opportunity. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo
I think she liked my sass towards that
Ascaris.
dude, to
I am
Edelflad.
a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all.
The warrants of trade, the sacred relic document that affirms the preeminent rights of a rogue trader's to. Oh, right, okay. I've heard of that before.
It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world
God,
I
I can't take
discover,
it seriously with
along
fucking
with
hair.
all there is to find thereon. Resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
One of? Does this mean there are other heirs?
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate. Bloodright alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade.
Makes sense.
Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Oh? Did I hear you correctly? The Master of Whispers is related to you?
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voigtvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
I see. Thank you for clarifying. May I ask my questions now?
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
What are my current responsibilities?
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Ethelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide.
An incident took place on the officer's deck. Some servitors went berserk and attacked the crew.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
She laughs nonchalantly.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
He's got purple and gold. I don't trust his color scheme.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is ancient. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
Any type of digital computing. Okay. Where is your ship
The
headed?
Rycad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. I set the course for Rycad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time.
I have no more
In
questions.
that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
End dialogue. Oh, look, a fight. Oh no, a fight. Oh, that's a lot of guys. That is a lot of raiders. I think we just need to back up.
I won't heed your cries.
You have been
for mercy.
ambushed. The battle
To
begins.
chaos.
All combatants act in turns, and their order is determined by an initiative roll. The order of turns is displayed on the left side of the screen from bottom to top. Blah blah blah. Okay. Okay, I'm up. So let me give. So start battle. Oh, no, I'm not up. It's I see.
Don't touch me!
Oh, great job, boss.
Stay vigilant.
I like Mort. I like Mort and his Melta.
My ears are ringing.
Use cover to avoid enemy attacks, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna move back here.
I shall not fear.
I'm not sure where my movement points are displayed. Oh, there they are, yeah. Okay, I'm not going to... Let's hope damage from an attack deal same advanced things that would attack by them to see ability activation. I'm going to... Oh, what do you mean I need to...
Already
Why
done.
can't I... Okay, I can't do that. I should be able to do this on...
I'll pass.
Resort versus Grand. Wait, what? First, push themselves into 10 cell radius. I'm talking about this ability for the next 2 rounds. Remaining distance. Am I missing something?
I don't have time for this.
Going to be overexerted voice of command imprinted word.
Absolutely not.
But this is voice of command. Okay, I guess I can't.
I'll pass.
Wait, did I already use this? I didn't use this yet. I'm so confused. Well, domed him, so that's good. I'm so confused why I can't use voice of command right now. But okay. Damage increase hit damage stack, kick skill damage to the hundreds and no times of yeah, that's fine. And end turn.
To non-believers!
I serve the ruinous power.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Not the best situation to be in right now. Fucking wonder. I'm certainly here. You know, like, I'm certainly here. God. I kinda wish I made a melty character now. In order to shoot you, my odds of killing are low unless I crit. See temporary possibilities from that, change some way, some over the thing. Got it. Okay, so I think as soon as I shoot, I lose all my movement.
All too easy.
And I missed. Well, I'm just doing great. I'm certainly here in these fights.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
My faith strengthens me.
Like, my buffs on... Oh my god. This one dude. I'm gonna move to there.
Forge ahead.
Excuse me, boss.
Nothing I can't do. Opposing me
Oh, thank
was
you.
your biggest mistake.
Alright, I got 2 kills. I'm finally pulling some weight.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
What is happening?
From what we have seen, I can speculate that we are dealing with some variety of madness induced by warp travel. Such episodes are not uncommon among voidsmen who have found themselves outside the boundaries of real space, though such episodes seldom spill onto other decks.
Interesting.
Oh, the casters are not working, or have been sabotaged. Either the warp is toying with us, or someone went to great lengths to cut the ship's communications. I will need a direct channel to the engine seer Prime before I can get a sense of what we are up against. Whatever it may be, keep your weapons at the ready. I imagine it will be some time before we no longer need them.
The incidents with the rampaging servitors may be connected to what is transpiring now.
Possibly. Quite likely. We will investigate at a later time. Right now, we need to isolate the affected compartments and try to assess the situation.
What are your orders?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Alright, and dialogue. By the rights of blood. Talk to Theodorus. Through. Rogue traitor Theodora von Valentius. Find the Arch-Militant. The officer's deck is under attack by an unknown enemy, so Arch-Militant Mort has left to clear the way to the lifts leading to the upper decks. The officer has not returned yet, so it is time to find out the cause of the delay. Yeah, Mort was the gunner, right? I assume I'm going here? Yeah, which way where am I supposed to be going?
It's about time.
I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be going. Unless I'm just going back? Question mark? Just go up this way? Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it right. Meltas. Meltas, my beloved. Bro just got gunned down in the back. God damn.
Ah, thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Mort pulls his box from the belt and hurriedly reports on the situation. I feel like we all could have just walked over here together.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warped madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
We must provide immediate assistance to those on the middle decks. Perhaps then we might stop this wave from spreading.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
Yeah?
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on transitional deck 18.
Oh, he fucked
Blast
off.
it! Master of Whispers, find
Oh,
Edelthrad immediately.
Edelthrad fucked off.
Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-Militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Ethelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the house as the esteemed Archmilitant.
I don't trust Ethelthrad one bit.
And taking into consideration Ethelthrad's psychic powers.
Yeah, huh? What's going on?
Then it's
Okay.
settled. Find Ethelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
I shall do everything in my power.
Not everything in your power. You will do as I say. I'll have your heads if you fail. Is that clear? Then move out.
Yep, that's the Warhammer love you get. Okay, so is it me and Conrad? Is it me and Conrad? Alright, let's go, brother. An operative and a commissar. Not commissar, commander.
And you do not even have proper gear.
I shall make do. Lead the way.
Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
I knew not to trust this motherfucker. God damn it. I knew not to trust this guy from moment one. God damn it. This fucking traitor. This filthy heretic.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warrant Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Ah, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
What is the meaning of this?
You must have hit your head harder than I thought. No matter. Very little is required of you. Just your blood, which you can either share of your own volition, or I will spill it for you. We are in the anteroom of the Warrant Chamber. This void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Why are you doing this?
Why? Because I am following an order. What is happening on this ship right now has been in the making for a very long time. All that remains is to obtain what my masters sent me for. The Warrant of Trade.
What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
I have no intention of helping you.
I am afraid that you have no choice in the matter. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power that the warp holds over mortals. Come to think of it, I might even take some pleasure in doing so.
To the void with you. The blade flashes in the dim light, and drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment, you feel nauseous, your head spinning, and then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Get out! I'm not your puppet! The voices in your head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence, forcing you onto your feet and making you take a step towards the gate, looming in the center of the chamber. You are wounded by a corrupted weapon, which led to a warp entity invading your mind. Oh god, that is horrible. Oh, that is really bad, having a demon invading my mind. Options requires making a skill test, unlike with passive tests, which are made automatically. In this case, you can decide whether or not to select an option, the consequences of which will depend on the result of the associated skill test. This is failure, got it. In the gateway arch, you see a cogitator with a human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with two ember-like irises. Look for anything that could be used as a weapon. You look around in hopes of finding at least something that could work as a weapon. Your search is in vain. The chamber anteroom is completely empty and in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or a protruding piece of rebar in sight.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
That makes sense. Oh, I gained 5 experience. Tech use test. Succeeded. You carefully inspect the design of the gate's cogitator. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech relic. You gained 5 experience. An incredibly rare and powerful piece of technology from humanity's ancient past. Oh yeah, I knew that. I don't know why I checked that one, honestly. The servitor on the gate begins to move. With the screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward, closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp, metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. 1 moment. Decision consequences. You were wounded by the corrupt weapon, which led to a warp entity. Oh, okay, I see. The voices that filled your head offer Voigtvier wounded. The voices that filled your head after Voigtvier wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, the source coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. The servitor looks noticeably different from the ones you are used to. Its skin covering is stitched together with copper thread and has metal hinges in places of the standard joints. It seems that the creators of the Sentinel did everything to ensure that the service life of this unit would be much longer than that of ordinary automatons. Place your hand into the Sentinel's maw. The Sentinel's jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servo motor starts up and the pumps stir into motion. The vid screen of the cogitator flickers. Several long minutes pass. The Sentinel's jaws remain closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps, if you were to lean against the gates, you could catch your breath. Maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this ever happened.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand where this quiet voice is coming from, crackling like static. Is this the Sentinel? The cogitator? Is it a figment of your weary mind? Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Yes, yes, I do require assistance. Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity coiled in your consciousness does not have the ability to do you any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Oh, y'all are getting gunned down like the fucking heretics you are. Oh my god, these are great defense protocols.
There is still another way.
Check. Do I want to check the warrant chamber? Is that a good idea right now?
Claim to the stars.
Like, the door is open. I feel like this isn't the best idea. Let it be known that by my will and the true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrants of trade, and bestow upon them to be the paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into the darkness, to unite and reclaim what is lost. To triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily to the roads of thorns, through pain to greatness.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
I need a weapon. I am utterly defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by.
I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Bookmaster, restore communication with the navigator's sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
Are you the Warrant Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel, designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
Lead me away.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Journal. As the game story unfolds, you will see notifications at the top of the screen indicating that the status of your current objective has been updated and that new information has been added to your journal. You can open the journal by pressing J or clicking left mouse button on the notification at the top of the screen. Journal entries help you keep track of current events and guide your character on their journey. The Quest tab tracks the progress of the main story. Here you can find information about any quests you have accepted and their current status. Use the journal to help yourself understand where to go on the next step of your adventure. The Rumors and Contracts section also contains important information. You'll learn about them more. Honestly, I would have thought there'd be a rumor, because we did hear a rumor when we were talking to Theodora.
A new challenge for me?
If I walk out... Unbreakable. Seal of the Warrants Chamber. Guess I turned that off? Question mark? Oh, that's not good. Yeah, we're having a really bad first day, huh? Hi, guys. Hey, yeah, we could talk about this. No, you guys don't stand a chance. You have a shank, he has a chainsword. You're going down.
Master, whatever are you doing in the Warren Chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me, what is the meaning of this?
Seneschal Archer Abelard Wertherain has lost some of his former polish. His forehead is sweating, and some of the sleeves of his coat is torn and soaked through with blood. Nevertheless, despite his heavy breathing, he stands firm and his gaze is demanding, albeit somewhat surprised. He surveys the carnage around him, his brow furrows, and he places a hand on his weapon. I assume that means Golden Throne? Yeah. Conrad Voigtvier is a traitor. When we parted ways on the officer's deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
He is clearly serving the unholy gods of the warp.
Serving the gods of the war? Kunrad is a heretic. Oh, Voigtvier, you void rat. Madness. And this mutiny is likewise his doing, no doubt.
Voigtvier openly admits that he is the mastermind behind the mutiny.
Saints' blood! Then it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense.
Cool. Revolver, sword, armor, and a medkit. While fighting, your character can lose some of their wounds. Your character has suffered an injury after being attacked by Conrad. This happens when a character receives damage that exceeds 50% of their maximum wounds. Within one round, the exact percentage of the wounds a character must lose for this to happen may vary depending on the difficulty of the game you choose. Injuries reduce the character's resolve. When a character initially suffers an injury, it is considered a fresh injury during the first 3 rounds. Once 3 rounds have passed, a fresh injury becomes an old injury. A fresh injury can be healed using a medkit without passing any skill tests. Old injuries can be healed with a medkit, but they require the character administering the treatment to pass a Medicaid skill test to succeed. Use medkits to restore wounds and heal injuries. Note that when a character loses all of their wounds, they fall unconscious. Once the combat is over, the wounds of all party members are replenished automatically. Any injuries they may have sustained remain. Those can be healed with a medkit. Medkits can only be used by characters who have the field medic feature, base skill Medicaid, or have taken the Medicaid skill advancement at least once. Whenever a character uses a medikit in battle, a Medicaid skill test determines the number of wounds that will be restored as a result. Abelard can heal your character's injury. Click the left mouse button on Abelard's portrait, select the medkit on the panel on the bottom screen, blah blah blah, but it needs to be standing right next to the character to administer the treatment. Right click on you. That
This
heal
wound
me,
will make a
brother.
fine scar. Back into the
To your inventory, you can open it by pressing I, clicking on the bag icon. Cool.
We
I'm back over
must
to me.
act.
Inventory. Yeah, equip items, that's pretty standard. Can switch between primaries using okay, easy.
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead.
Dog, let me equip more than just the
The
gun.
lower decks are teeming with heretics, instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space.
That's a problem.
I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
How did you find me?
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Vox cast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing?
I think the Warren Sentinel may have sent that message. It appeared when I opened the chamber.
Warren Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort. The Warren Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
That is concerning. What can we expect to find in the Navigator's Sanctum?
During warp transit, the Sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Empyrean. And for good reason. For the Navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the Sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the Immaterium. Only a Navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
Abelard does not bat an eye as he lists all the horrors that you are about to face. Huh. Okay. For the Imperium and humanity, lead the way, Seneschal.
Come.
To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward.
Alright. Oh, goodness. That's a lot of guys. I wanted to save and pause. Could have been doing a lot. It's already about time. Combat begins with the tactical phase, during which characters cannot attack or take other actions. They may try to take up advantageous positions. Select the character by clicking left mouse button on their portrait at the top right of the screen. Then click left mouse button on the cell you want the character to move to. Red cells are areas inaccessible to the character. During the tactical phase, each character in the party may move up to their maximum movement points, but cannot position themselves adjacent to any enemy. There's space to start the battle. Can I save? Okay, cool. We're gonna save right here. And we're gonna wrap up and pick up next time. Pick up tomorrow, actually, with this combat. Thank you all very much for coming around, hanging out. This has been the very first stream of me playing Rogue Trader for the first time. A follow over on Kick would be greatly appreciated. Alternatively, if you're watching the video over on YouTube of the stream, like, comment, subscribe, super helpful. And I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their days. Peace out, homies.